Hello and welcome to the 2024 Powerlifting America High School Nationals here in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm your host, Adriana Davis, and we're going to get started in just a few minutes now. This High School Nationals is going to be an official qualifier for the IPF World Classic and Equipped Sub-Junior and Junior Championships, as well as the NAPF North American Championships, which will take place in Scottsdale, Arizona. Today we are going to only have the junior varsity lifters. As you see on your screens there, Isabella's going to get us started on platform 1 and Peyton on platform 2. Now, junior varsity means that these lifters are going to be in 9th and 10th grade, folks. Now, that is what age, like 14, 15, maybe 16? These kids are young and they're lifting a lot of weight, and I'm super excited to see them get started in just a few minutes. I started. Now, in this session 1, day 1 of High School Nationals, we are going to have all female junior varsity lifters lifting. They are going to be going head-to-head for a junior varsity national championship. Now, a lot of these lifters, especially since they're in such a young age group, this is likely their first national championships. So there's a lot of on the line. There's a lot of pressure with your first national level meet. The judges are going to uphold the standard of national level refereeing. And I mean, there's a lot of the line, a national championship. Good thing to add to your resume, especially while you're in high school. And a lot of these kids, I mean, we see a lot of great lifters get their roots started in high school powerlifting, and they go on to become amazing lifters. One I could think of is Austin Perkins, who's going to be heading to the IPF World Championships this June. He got his roots started in high school powerlifting, so it's really interesting to see some of these lifters really find their footing in the sport, especially at such a young age. And if you're tuning into the stream, we are going to be jumping back and forth between platform 1 and 2. But I'm going to try my best to keep you updated. And we are also going to be jumping back and forth between weight classes as well. So I'll try my best to keep you updated with that. All right, and we are going to kick it off on platform 1. Isabella Tokar in the 47 kilo class, going to take 42.5 kilos for her opening attempt.
181 pounds on the bar for her. We're over here with Isabella. Easy opener there.
Look good to me, and the judges agree. 3 white lights. And on platform 2, Peyton Helgeson. We are in the equipped division now, 57 kilo class, walking out with 82.5 kilos. Now, if you see with these equipped lifters, they've got on these restrictive suits, they've got on the restrictive knee wraps. So a lot of times you're going to see them have a slower descent. That was 2-1, a good lift. And oftentimes with that restrictiveness, it can be a little more difficult for them to reach depth. But Peyton there displayed that it is possible. Just a little bit of a delay here as we're making sure the correct weight gets loaded. All right, and on platform 2, Mia Chatfield gets a lot of support from the crowd. We are in the 57 kilo class. She is walking out to 85 kilos. Look pretty smooth. 3 white lights, good lift for Mia. And now on these openers, we're not really expecting too much excitement, not too many fireworks. An opener should be something that is super easy, that's going to get you on the board. You're not going to risk being disqualified from the competition. And now on platform 1, Ella Rosiak in the raw 76 kilo class, walking out to 62.5 kilos. Platform 2, Olivia Koulas, 85 kilos for her opening attempt. Oh yeah, super easy. Platform 2. Also relatively easy platform 1. I want to wait to see what the judges say there. Oh, unfortunately that's going to be a no lift. Now, if you're following along on the stream, you can see the colors beneath the red lights. So there she got a red card and a yellow card. So a red card is going to indicate that there was a failure on depth. Now, depth is defined as the hip crease at the hip joint breaks parallel with the top surface of the knee. So you've got to get low enough there to meet the standard. She also got a yellow card. I believe that was for jumping the rack command. And on platform 2, Delilah, 85 kilos, moves easy for her opening attempt. 3 white lights, good lift. And on platform 1, Grace Girdau coming out to 65 kilos. We are in the 63 kilo raw division. Platform 2, Sophia Brown in the equipped 57 division, walking out to 95 kilos. Sophia kind of slotted in that 3rd place position right now, but we have to see how the rest of the competition unfolds. Oh, unfortunately no lift on platform 2 for Sophia. Now, with equipped lifting, sometimes the suit is going to lend to having more misgrooves because you do have to be so technically sound when you're using the suit and the wraps. So hopefully she could come back and get that on her 2nd attempt. Now, if that were raw lifting, I'd be a little more worried because with raw lifting, there's not that supportive equipment that's helping you out. There's less room for those technical errors. But hopefully she can come back and hit that. And on platform 2, Cassandra Fergay Opening up with 102.5 kilos. She's actually in a bit of a battle here in the 57 kilo equipped class. That's going to be her versus Jasmine Nguyen, who's going to come out right after her. And on platform 1, Eva Cohen walking out to 70 kilos in the 57 kilo class. Oh yeah, she looks like she buried that and moved super easy on platform 1. Yep, 3 white lights. Platform 2, a little bit of sticky towards the top, but that's kind of what you expect when you're wearing a suit. You expect that really big reflex out of the hole, and then it kind of slows down from there. And now here is her direct competitor on platform 2, Jasmine Nguyen, also coming out to 102.5 kilos. Now, this is going to be a tight battle throughout the day that you're going to want to keep an eye on. If you want to follow along, you can look at liftingcast.com. Look at 2024 High School National Championship, and you can follow along with the scorecard there. Oh, yeah, they move super easy on platform 2 for Jasmine. Yep, 3 white lights. I'm so excited to see how that battle unfolds, as right now on Lifting Cast, they're forecasted only 2.5 kilos apart. Now on platform 1, Daphne O'Neill, 72.5 kilos. To the 1, it's a good lift. The chief referee gave a red card for a depth failure, but in powerlifting, all you need is 2 white lights. You need the majority of judges to agree that is a good lift to get the lift, or on the opposite end, if the majority of judges agree that it is a no lift, then that's where you're going to get a no lift. And on platform 2, Erin Lopez walking out to 102.5 kilos. We are in the 63 kilo equipped division. Right now she's kind of slated in that second place spot, but there's some lifters behind her who could take her position. Yeah, that looked good on platform 2. Platform 1, Charlotte Rhodes in the 69 kilo class, opening up with 75 kilos. Moves super easy on platform 1. 3 white lights.
You guys notice we got equipped lifting over here. That's in the squat suit and knee wraps. And we have long lifting over here. Just knee sleeves, which are very supportive, and a belt.
And now on platform 1, Megan Voss in the 52 kilo class, kind of slated ahead in the class. Currently forecasted first, but she's got Emma Climb on her tail. Let's see how she moves 80 kilos. Three white lights, that's a good lift. And on platform 2, Valencia Miller, 110 kilos is going to go on the bar for opening weight. Currently slotted well ahead in the equipped 63 kilo class. So honestly, as long as she makes her lifts, she should be walking away with a national championship. But there's a lot of lifting left to go on the day. Yep, 3 white lights, move good.
Bars are loaded on 2 for Brady.
And on platform 2, Brady Killian getting set up with 112.5 kilos. We're in the 69 kilo equipped division. This is around about 250 pounds. And these kids are in high school, folks, in 9th or 10th grade. Oh, yeah, that moved well. Three white lights, good lift.
Bars loaded on 1 for Madeline.
And on platform 1, Madeline getting set up with 82.5 kilos for her opening attempt. No knee sleeves. Oh! Unfortunately, it's going to be a no lift on platform 1. It did. I mean, it looked like there could have been some sort of technical error as she bounced into the hole. It is a little worrying to fail your warm-up in that way, but hopefully she can come back and hit that on her second. And on platform 2, Avery Showalter, 125 kilos on the bar. This is 275 pounds. She is forecasted ahead in the 69 kilo class, but could be in a little bit of battle with Brady Killian. Let's see what the judges say. 2-1, good lift. Got 1 red card for depth, but she is still on the board. And on platform 1, Isabella Muniz, 82.5 kilos for opening attempt. A little bit sticky out of the hole, but still moves relatively well. 3 white lights. And Isabella also forecasted well ahead, or not well ahead, but she's forecasted ahead in the 76 kilo class. And on platform 2, we are back to the top of the order. Now, how powerlifting works is you've got flights, right? So we are currently on flight A, and how the order works is everyone in flight A runs through their first attempts, and then we go back to the top of the order, and everyone runs through their second attempts. And the order is decided based on the weight these lifters are lifting. So at the very top of the order is going to be the lifters with the least amount of weight. As you go down, the weight is going to increase. Peyton Helgeson taking a 5 kilo jump to 87.5 kilos. Having that really slow descent. Oh, unfortunately, it's going to be a no lift. On platform 1, Giselis Martinez getting a little bit of a delayed squat command. I imagine that could have been for her knees being a little soft. Oh, and it's good. 3 white lights. She's on the board now. Giselis forecasted well ahead in the 63 kilo class. If she continues to make lifts throughout the day, she should be walking away with that national championship. Platform 2, Mia Chatfield, 5 kilo jump once again to 90 kilos. Oh, has to put in a bit of work, but it's not too slow. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. And on platform 1, Emma Klein taking 90 kilos for her opening attempt. Now she's got that narrow stance where she has to bend over so much to be able to reach depth, but it is no problem. She gets 2-1, good lift. Now Emma Klein, if you recall, she's kind of in that battle in the 52 kilo class between her and Megan Voss. Currently, Megan's projected ahead, but there's a lot of lifting left to go throughout the day. The forecasted totals, they tell part of the story, but they don't tell the whole story. And if you want to follow along, you can go to liftingcast.com. You can see the forecasted totals, which are based off of the openers and the attempts that the lifters have put in. So if you put in your opening attempt, you put in your second, that's going to contribute towards your forecasted total. Oh, and unfortunately on platform 2, that's going to be a no lift for Sophia Brown. Now, her back is really against the wall here as she's moving into her third attempts. She has yet to get a lift on the board, and if you do not end up getting a lift on the board by your third attempt, that is unfortunately going to end up in a bomb out situation. Now, a bomb out is where a lifter is disqualified from the competition, and that occurs when you do not get a lift in at least one discipline. So you've got to get at least one squat, at least one bench, at least one deadlift. Platform 2, Avilia Kula smokes 97.5 kilos. She took a relatively big jump there, too. About 12.5 kilo jump. And on platform 1, we are now back to the top of the order as Isabella Tokar going to take a 10-kilo jump to 52.5 kilos. Typically, you don't see these big of a jumps, especially from these lighter weight class females or lighter weight class males as well. Typically, as the body weight is lower, you're not going to see those super big jumps just because it's a big percentage of both the weight they are lifting and their actual body weight. So we'll see how Isabella handles this. Platform 2, Delilah also took a big jump, 17.5 kilo jump to 102.5. Big jumps on both platforms here. Handles it well on platform 1. Yep, through it lights. Let's see how Delilah handles it. Look good to me. Oh, unfortunately, no lift on platform 2. So she actually gets one of each card, a blue card, a red card, and a yellow card. So the red card, as we know, is for depth. The blue card, likely the judge thought that her knees were soft. The yellow card is kind of everything else, kind of a catch-all, so I'm not really sure what that was. But that's kind of the risk when you take these big jumps. You could be leaving a lot of kilos left on the table if you were to miss that. Hopefully, I mean, she clearly had the strength for it, so hopefully she can come back, hit it on her third attempt. Platform 1, Ella Rosiak, missed her opening attempt. Going to come back and try to hit that on her second. She missed her opening attempt on depth, so she's just going to sink it a little bit lower to get on the board there. Platform 2, Cassandra Ferge, taking a 5-kilo jump to 107.5 kilos. Oh, and it's a bit of a fight, but she doesn't get bullied by the weight. 3 white lights, good lift. Cassandra, a little bit of a battle there in the 57-kilo class against her and Jasmine. Well, let's see this on platform 1. It moves easy. There's no problem on strength. Gotta wait to see what judges say. Unfortunately, no lift on platform 1. She's got to sink it just a little bit lower. Clearly, strength was no issue. I mean, it flew. She's just got to get a little bit lower to get on the board. Platform 2, Aaron Lopez, taking a 5-kilo jump to 107.5 kilos. Currently projected second in the 63-kilo equipped class. Oh, and it's a big fight there. But she stands up with it. Looks good to me. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 1, Grace Gardel gets a lot of support from the crowd, taking 72.5 kilos. Wow, and that flew for a second attempt. 2 to 1, that's a good lift. And on platform 2, Jasmine Nguyen, in that 57-kilo equip battle, taking a 7.5-kilo jump to 110. Now, in these battles, making lifts is going to be ever the more important for these lifters. Because when you miss one lift, you're leaving those precious kilos on the table that could end up costing you the title at the end of the day. But that's no problem for Jasmine. 2 to 1, that's a good lift for her. Platform 1, Daphne O'Neill takes a relatively conservative 2.5-kilo jump, but moves it with ease on her second attempt. On platform 2, Valencia Miller forecasted well ahead in the 63-kilo class, going to take a 7.5-kilo jump to 117.5. Three white lights. That's a good lift on platform 2. Now, if you notice, her knees came in on platform 2, but it was just coming in to help her out. That's not a cause for failure. Your squat can look as ugly as it may. I mean, lifters may prefer different forms just based on their leverages, based on their strength profiles. All we are looking for is that you meet the standard of the lift. Doesn't matter what stance you choose. Doesn't matter what imbalances you may have. We're just looking that you meet the standard. Platform 2, Brady Killian taking a relatively big jump, 12.5 kilos to 125. Let's see how she handles this here. Oh yeah, she handled it well. Hit the sticking point, but fought through it. Through it lights, good lift. Platform 1, Charlotte Rhodes in the 69 kilo class, taking a 10 kilo jump to 85 kilos. Oh yeah, she handled that well too. Honestly, looks like she could jump another 7.5, 10. Looked really good. Platform 2, Avery Showalter, 132.5 kilos on the bar. This is getting dangerously close to that 300-pound mark. These kids are in high school too. This is about 292 pounds for Avery. She's forecasted ahead in the 69 kilo class, but not too far behind is Brady Killian. Gotta make your lifts. Two to one, unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift on platform 2 for Avery. Platform 1, Isabella Muniz, 85 kilos goes in the bar for her. Oh yeah, handled that well. 3 white lights, it's a good lift for Isabella. And for these lifters like Isabella that are forecasted well ahead in the class, forecasted first, I really like when they just take conservative jumps, they make their lifts. You know you're forecasted well ahead. You don't want to end up throwing that away by getting too greedy, especially with your opener. So hopefully Isabella continues that trend. And on platform 1, Megan Voss in the 52 kilo battle. 90 kilos goes in the bar for her. 10 kilo jump. Oh yeah, that moved well. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Now, it slows down, of course. It's not going to be as fast as your opening attempt, but it still moved relatively smooth. That's kind of what you want from a second attempt. You want something, a weight that can give you some sort of indication of where to go after for your third. You don't want it to be too easy, but you don't want it to be a all-out grinder where you have nothing left in the tank, and then you're just gassing yourself out, wasting energy. Platform 2, we are already back to the top of the order for third attempts as Peyton Helgeson comes down with 87.5 kilos. Unfortunately, this is going to be a no lift for her. Platform 1, Eva Cohen, 20 kilo jump there to 90 kilos. See what the judges say. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Now that could be the strategy that some of these lifters use where they just legit have an opener that is so easy. There's no doubt that they're going to get it. And then they start taking bigger jumps from there to build their total. But that could be especially useful for these high school lifters. A lot of them, it's likely their first time on the national stage. Could be a good way to just shake some nerves off, especially at the beginning of the competition. Now, platform 2, Sophia Brown really needs this lift to stay in the competition. Whole crowd's going to be cheering her on. Oh, and it's a bit of a fight. 2 to 1, she is in the meet. That's always great to see. And on platform 1, it's also a 2 to 1 call for Emma Klein in the 52 kilo class. No, I bet that was a big sigh of relief for Sophia and her coaching team. It's always a bit nerve-wracking when you have your back against the wall. You don't have a lift on the board. You've got to, the pressure's on, I mean. You've got to make this lift to stay in the competition. Lots of support for Mia Chatfield on platform 2, jumping up to 100 kilos. Platform 1, Gisela Martinez, 97.5 kilos for a second attempt, forecasted well ahead in the 63 kilo class. Oh, unfortunately on platform 2, that's going to be a no lift for Mia. Looks like just a little too much today. Platform 1, Giselis. Oh, she buried that too. Look good to me. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Now from there, I probably would just take a small jump, considering it was a little bit sticky out of the hole. But it's still, she still got that lift. She still added those valuable 12.5 kilos to her total. Platform 2, Delilah Daigle, repeating 102.5 kilos. Now, if I remember correctly, she actually got this lift up on strength, but it was just a technical issue. Oh, unfortunately, that's no lift for Delilah. Now, she might have had to have sank it a little bit more, considering she did get a red card on her second attempt. And sometimes when you sink it a little more, you're not used to that in your training, and then it could lead to failures like that. Platform 1, Ava Lawless, 115 kilos for a second attempt. Moved decently well. Moved like a second attempt should. I believe that's a good lift. And on platform 1, remember, we are in the raw category. Ava Lawless did that with no extra equipment, no suit, no knee wraps, squatting 253 pounds for a second attempt. Avilia Kulis, 107.5 for her third attempt squat on platform 2. Got a lot of support from the crowd. She's probably got a team here with her. Yeah, lots of support there. We love to see it. That should be a good lift. Yep, 3 white lights. Good lift for Avilia. Way to build momentum leading into the bench event by making all 3 of your attempts in the squat. Isabella Tokar on platform 1, looking to take some inspiration from that. Jumping just the minimum 2.5 kilos to 55 kilos, looking to go 3 for 3. And she does it, 2 to 1. That's a good lift. Platform 2, Erin Lopez, 110 kilos for her third attempt. Oh, wow. Kicks into that second gear there. Thought she lost it right out of the hole. These girls putting up a fight. 3 white lights. Good lift. Now, Ella Rosiak, platform 1, needs this lift to stay in the competition. It looked better if you remember her first 2 lifts were no lift on depth. Oh, yes, 2 to 1. That's a good lift for Ella. Way to fight back from adversity. It is really difficult to miss your first 2 attempts, come back and hit it on your third with that much pressure. Kudos to her. Now, Cassandra Ferge, platform 2, 80 kilos on the bar. Oh, excuse me, 112.5 kilos on the bar. Oh, and it's a bit of work, but she fights through it. Looked like the perfect call. 3 white lights for Cassandra. And now in that 57 kilo battle on platform 2, Jasmine, who is Cassandra's direct competitor, coming out to 117.5 kilos. Now, if Jasmine misses this, they're actually forecasted on the exact same total. If Jasmine can hit this, she gets a little bit ahead. Let's see how she handles it. Platform 1, Daphne O'Neill, 80 kilos for her third attempt. 2 to 1, that's a good lift. Platform 2 hits that sticking point, but fights through it. Oh, unfortunately, that is a no lift, 2 to 1. Now, since she is in that tough battle, I actually would consider approaching the jury there. especially if it's a close call like that. Now, the jury is there to overlook the lifts, make sure there's not any grave mistakes being made, and you can actually approach the jury if you believe that your lifter should have gotten the lift. So for that one there, you could approach the jury, say, hey, I thought that was a good lift. I thought she meet the depth. And that's especially valuable if you're in a tight battle like that. Platform 1, Grace, handles a 10-kilo jump well. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for her. Valencia Miller, platform 2, 122.5 kilos, trying to go 3 for 3. Oh, wow, and it's a big fight. Oh, fortunately, she lost her balance. I believe there probably would have been up-down anyways if she stood up with it. Now on platform 1, Madeline, another lifter, needs this lift to stay in the meet. The whole crowd's going to be behind her. Hopefully she can get this lift. Let's see it. Oh, see what the judges say. It was close. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't think it was there just from our angle. Now, that is going to be, unfortunately, our first bomb out of the entire competition. I mean, it happens. I've seen, if you commentate these meets or if you're at these events, you see so many bomb outs throughout the entire event. That, unfortunately, is not going to be the last bomb out. It just happens when you're at these high-pressure events, you're at these national-level meets, you're trying to meet a new standard that maybe was not there at the local level. Now, Madeline can still continue on the rest of the competition, and I would recommend that, especially, I mean, you paid for registration, you flew out here. I would definitely recommend benching and deadlifting, and it's a good way to add some positive morale, especially when the day did not start out too hot. Platform 1, Isabella Muniz, 5-kilo jump to 90 kilos. Oh, yeah, that was a good call. Slow out of the hole, but she fights through it. 3 white lights, good lift for Isabella, 3 for 3. Platform 2, we had Avery Showalter, actually missed 132.5 kilos, went up anyways to 137.5 kilos. No, Avery, I believe she missed her second attempt on depth, so it wasn't a strength issue. So that could be why they elected to go up. Oh, yeah, certainly not a strength issue there. That's 300 pounds for Avery. See what the judges say. 2-1, it's a good lift. She gets that squat in. And we have actually flown through squats on platform 2. That is going to be it for your session 1 squats. Oh, excuse me, we have a whole nother flight. We are moving straight into flight B on platform 2, where Elena Weaver going to get us started with 82.5 kilos. Excuse me, it is early. I thought we were moving on to bench. I was like, wow, this is flying. Platform 1, Charlotte Rhodes, 92.5 kilos. Just a little too much. She still walks away 2 for 3 in the squats. Emma Klein on platform 1, going to be taking 95 kilos. Platform 2, Elena Weaver, really trying to find that depth. Slow into the hole, 82.5 kilos for her. 3 white lights, she's on the board. Platform 1, Emma Klein is just making sure the bar is even there. Now she's in the 52-kilo class, but weighing relatively light at 48 kilos. Trying to go 3 for 3 with this squat. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Emma, 2-1. Now, she does walk away with just 2.5 under with 92.5 kilos, so she didn't leave a ton of kilos left on the table there. Platform 1, Eva Cohen, taking a 12.5 kilo jump to 102.5 kilos. Took that huge jump for her opener to her second with 20 kilos. Platform 2, Lorelli Brody, walking out to her opener at 90 kilos. Lots of crowd support there. Oh, wow, on platform 1, that is a great fight for Ava. Unfortunately, it was a good fight, but she did not get low enough. She still walks away with 2 out of 3 squats. She walks away with 90 kilos. Platform 1, Giselis Martinez in the 63 kilo class, 102.5 kilos being loaded on the bar for her. Now, Giselis is one of our lifters forecasted well ahead in the class. She'll be walk away with the national championship as long as she makes her lifts. Platform 2, Brianna Deckelman, 102.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Brianna's in the 76 kilo equipped division. Oh yeah, that moved well. That moved like an opener should. Platform 1, third. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, Gisella's buried that, but I mean, that was her squat style where she just buries it and then comes back up, but I think it was just a little too much there. Some lifters, they like to take a slower descent to find depth. Some lifters just like to kind of dive bomb it so that they get that stretch reflex. Platform 2, Alila Curtly, 105 kilos for her opening attempt. And on platform 1, Ava Lawless, 122.5 kilos. We are in the raw 69 kilo division. No suit, no knee wraps, squatting 270 pounds. It looked like a good call to me. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Ava. Another one of those lifters who's forecasted well ahead in the class. As long as she makes her lifts, she should be walking away with that national championship. And on platform 1 now, we are going to move into flight B of the squats. Platform 2, Kia Catalone, 112.5 for her opening attempt in the 76 kilo equipped division. Kia, another one of our lifters forecasted well ahead, has just got to make her lifts. Wow, that moved great. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. And on platform 2, Emma Davis getting set up with a big 125 kilo opening attempt. We are in the 84 kilo equipped division on platform 2. Really has that slow descent to find depth. Once she hits it, bounces off the hole to the one that's a good lift. Platform 1, Kirian Mosley, 60 kilos for opening attempt. Three white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 2, Abigail, coming out to 125 kilos for opening attempt. Could be in a little bit of a battle there for positioning with Izzy Baer, currently forecasted second place. Slow descent, hits depth, bounce out of the hole. Oh, unfortunately no lift. I'm not actually sure what that is for. She got yellow cards. She could have jumped in the command there that I missed. Platform 1, Danica Eckern smokes 70 kilos for her opening weight. Izzy on platform 2, 140 kilos for her opening attempt. This is 308 pounds for her opener. Again, she could be in a little bit of a battle for second and third place there with Abigail. But if you remember, Abigail missed her opening attempt. See what Izzy does. Platform 1, Macy Charriere, 82.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Oh yeah, she buried that on platform 1. Good lift on both platforms. Platform 1, Jillian Grimley in the 52 kilo equipped class, getting set up with 97.5 kilos for her opener. Now on platform 2, Amelia, getting set up with 150 kilos for her opening attempt, 330 pounds. Jillian really takes a slow descent to find depth. Once she does, she smokes it out of the hole. 3 white lights, good lift. Amelia forecasted ahead in the 84 plus kilo division. About 20 kilos ahead right now, but of course, lots of lifting left to go. She's got to make her lifts. I believe that's a good lift for Amelia, just a little bit of a delay there. Platform 1, Michelle Vo, getting set up with 107.5 kilos. She's in the 52 kilo equipped class. Could be looking at a bit of a battle there for the title between her and Grace Hartigan. A little bit of work towards the top, but that's kind of expected with equipped. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Interesting to see where she goes from there. And now her direct competitor coming out right after her with Grace Hartigan, 110 kilos for her opening attempt. They are going to really be going tit for tat in all 3 events to see who comes out on top. Now, it's always great when there's a battle and the competitors are going directly after each other. Then you can really kind of compare how their lifts move. See how Grace handles this. Yeah, that moved easy, moved like an opener should. 3 white lights. Platform 2, we are already back to the top of the order with Elena Weaver, 90 kilos on the bar. Unfortunately, that's going to be no lift for Elena. She does have her opener, so she's not going to risk bombing out. But she's going to be really trying to come back and hit that on her third to pick up those extra 7.5 kilos. Now, platform 1, we've got a strong squat here. 147.5 kilos for Ann Tyler's opening attempt. Now, she is competing in the guest division, so that means that she weighed in a little bit over the weight class that she declared. So she's not going to be in the running for medals, but I'm glad she's still competing, so we can see what she does. I mean, that is a big squat for a high schooler with no equipment. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 2, Nevaeh Meyer handles 92.5 kilos very well. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 1, Christine Moore in the raw division, opening up with 147.5 kilos. Move well, 2 to 1, that's a good lift for Christine. Forecasted well ahead in the 84+ kilo division. Again, another one of our lifters who just needs to make lifts, looking to pick up that national championship. Now platform 2, Lorelli Brody, 100 kilos, handles that really well. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 1, Kieran Mosley, 65 kilos for her second attempt squat. Platform 2, Brianna Deckelman, 102.5 kilos. I'm glad she's repeating this. Sometimes you see lifters miss their opener, jump up anyways, potentially miss on strength. I'm glad she's just looking to repeat this, just try to get on the board, play it safe. That depth looked good. Now, I think she must have just had a stumble on her opening attempt. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Her opening attempt was actually missed on depth, but there was clearly no issue on depth or strength. Platform 1, Danica Eckern, coming out to 75 kilos for her second attempt. Danica is another one of our lifters competing as a guest lifter. So she did not make weight that she had declared, the weight class that she was in. That could have been either intentional or unintentional, but you can still elect to compete even though you are a guest lifter. Platform 2, Alila Kirtley, 112.5 kilos for her second attempt. Oh, a little tough out of the hole, but she fights through it. Not a super big battle there. Oh, unfortunately, 2 to 1. That's going to be a no lift. So she got 1 red card for depth. She got a yellow card, likely for jumping the rack command. But now they've got to have that conversation strength was clearly no issue. They've got to have that conversation if they want to repeat the lift or go up anyways. Platform 1, Macy Charriere, walking out to 90 kilos for her second attempt. Macy is actually our only lifter in the 84 kilo class, so as long as she makes her lifts, she's going to be walking away with that championship win there. Oh yeah, she buried that too. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 2, Kia Catalone, excuse me, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. 125 kilos for her second attempt. 12.5 kilo jump. See how she handles it. Oh, handles it well. That moved like an opener. 2 to 1. That's a good lift for Kia. Platform 1, Jillian Grimley, walking out to 102.5 kilos for her second attempt. Abigail, platform 2, 125 kilos, stays on the bar for her as she repeats it. She needs this lift, especially to stay in the fight for the podium position in the 84+ kilo class. That looked good to me. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. She is on the board, stays in the competition, stays in the fight. Platform 2, Emma Davis, walking out to 132.5 kilos. Forecasted well ahead in the 84 kilo division in the equipped side. Platform 1, Michelle Vo, 115 kilos on the bar in the 52 kilo division. Currently forecasted second, looking to change that by the end of the day, looking to walk away with that first place spot. Emma Davis seems to have found the depth, bounces up out of the hole. 3 white lights on platform 2. Platform 1, there seems to be a bit of a situation. She likely got a replace command, and that likely is going to be because the judges did not think her knees were completely locked out. So could be a little bit shaky on the lifter's mind. It kind of throws you off when you have to walk out the bar twice. Hopefully she can get this regardless. Yeah, a little bit shaky there. Yeah, good catch from the spotters. It started to move forward. And that's the thing, at these national level meets, it's not like you're in the gym where you've got the whole environment catered for you. In these meets, you've got to adhere to the standard. You've got to adhere to what these national level and higher referees are telling you. It's a completely different environment. Now, Izzy Bear, 150 kilos, handles it well on platform 2. 2-1, that's a good lift for Izzy. Platform 1, Grace Hartigan, 117.5 kilos, trying to keep her lead ahead of Michelle Vo by adding 7.5 kilos. Three white lights, that's a good lift. And I mean, for Michelle, having that kind of stumble with the weight, that's a pivotal miss there. If Michelle cannot come back and hit that on her third, she really might be falling behind Grace. Platform 2, Amelia, 160 kilos on the bar. This is 352 pounds. These lifters are in high school, in 9th or 10th grade. I mean, Amelia is 14 years old with 160 kilos on her back. See how she handles it. Oh, it's a bit of a fight, but she sees the end, makes it through. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Amelia. Platform 1, Christine Moore in the raw 84+ kilo division, taking 152.5 kilos, 336 pounds raw, no suit, no wraps. Oh yeah, that moved well, moved relatively well for a second attempt. 3 white lights, good lift for Christine. And on platform 2, we are already back to the top of the order for our final squats of session 1 as Elena Weaver looking to retake 90 kilos for her third attempt. Now, I believe her second attempt was a miss on, I think it was strength or some sort of balance issue. Hopefully she can get this. Yeah, it just seems like it's a little bit too much today. She didn't risk bombing out. She got her opener. Thankfully, she had an opener that she could get on any day. Platform 1, and Tyler, our raw guest lifter, 157.5 kilos. Just under 350 pounds. She handled it well. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Ann. Platform 2, Nevaeh Meyer, taking a 10 kilo jump to 102.5 kilos. Now, if you see, she took those even 10 kilo jumps across the board. Some lifters prefer those even jumps. Some lifters prefer a bigger jump from your first to second, and then smaller second to third. See how she handles this 10 kilo jump. Yeah, it was a little weird there. I think the judges and the spotters likely saw that the bar kind of already bounced in the hole as she was trying to find that depth. So they took the bar, given that up and down is already going to be a no lift. Platform 1, Kieran Mosley, 72.5 kilos. She goes 3 for 3 in this squat event, building great momentum leading into bench. Platform 2, Brianna Deckelman, coming out to 107.5 kilos for her third attempt. Brianna currently forecasted second in the 76 kilo class. Bit of a spread between her and first place, but if she makes her lifts, she could be walking away with that podium spot. Platform 1, Danica Eckern, 80 kilos for her third attempt. Handles that well. Relatively easy for her third attempt. 3 white lights. Good lift for Danica. Starting off the competition strong. Platform 2, Lorelli Brody in the 84 plus kilo equipped division. 110 kilos on the bar for her. Got a lot of support behind her. I imagine they've got a big team. She's coming out of Germantown High School. Platform 1, Macy Charriere, taking the minimum jump of 92.5 kilos to her third attempt. Lorelli handled that well. 3 white lights, good lift. Ooh, bit sticky out of the hole for Macy, but she fights through it. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Macy. Platform 2, Alila Kirtley, missed her second attempt, opted to go up anyways by just 2.5 kilos. Now her second attempt, she got a red card and a yellow card. So she got a depth call, and then I wasn't exactly sure what the yellow card was for. So perhaps they didn't want to leave so many kilos on the table by just repeating the second attempt. They wanted to go up just slightly. So let's see how she handles this. Platform 1, Jillian Grimley, 107.5 kilos. 3 white lights on platform 2, good lift for Aaliyah. Three white lights on platform 1, good lift for Jillian. Now Michelle Vo really kind of has her back against the wall. I mean, she's not going to risk bombing out if she misses this, but she needs these extra 7.5 kilos. Really trying to stay in the hunt there for the national title against her and Grace Hartigan. Now, of course, Grace could end up slipping up in later disciplines, but this is just kind of a sneak peek to how the day could end. Platform 2, Kia Catalone, 132.5 kilos for her third attempt squat. That is a good lift to the 1 on platform 2 for Kia. Platform 1, let's see Michelle come back and hit this weight. I'm not sure if it's going to be deep enough. Clearly strength was no issue. Yeah, unfortunately the judges agree that is a no lift for Michelle. It does put her a little far back in the battle of the 52s, but like I said, there's a lot of lifting left to go. We have to see how Grace Hartigan, coming up next on platform 1, see how she handles this another 7.5 kilo jump. Platform 2, Abigail, taking a relatively big jump to 137.5 kilos. Mr. Opener repeated it, looking to make up some ground here. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Abigail. Got lots of color cards there. Platform 1, Grace, 125 kilos. See how she handles this extra 7.5 kilos. Can she build the gap between her and Michelle? Wow, unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Grace. Just a little bit too much today. Puts the spread a little bit closer between her and Michelle. Grace is still ahead, but we have to see how the rest of the day plays out. Platform 2, Emma Davis, 140 kilos for her third attempt. Emma Davis forecasted well ahead in the 84 kilo division. Just needs to make her lifts. That's a big squat, 308 pounds for her. Oh, wow. Knees come in, but she fights through that sticking point. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. And on platform 1, Christine Moore just squatted 160 kilos raw. No equipment, no help, just pure power, and that is a good lift on platform 1 for Christine. Platform 1 and Tyler, our guest lifter, walking out to an outstanding 162.5 kilos for her third attempt. That's about 358 pounds. Oh yeah, and she handled it well. Platform 2, Izzy Bear, 155 kilos for her third attempt. 3 white lights on platform 1. Can Izzy repeat that? Wow, and that moved like an opener. Oh, unfortunately, it moved well, but she did not get low enough. No lift on platform 2. Oh, and on platform 1, we have finished our squats for the first session of Powerlifting America High School Nationals. Do not go anywhere. We are going to take a short 10-minute break before jumping back into the action with the bench press. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the 2024 Powerlifting America High School Nationals. I'm your host, Adriana Davis. We are going to get back into the action in just a minute on Platform 1. We're going to move straight into Flight A of the bench press.
All right, we're like a minute away on Platform 1. If we get started, going to the referees at Platform 1. We're over 2 minutes away on Platform 2, so everyone can move on over.
Now, the bench press is an event that is the most complicated of the three. It's got 3 commands that these lifters have got to follow: start, press, and rack. And there's also a lot to look for in terms of technical issues. You've got to follow the commands. You've got to keep your feet flat on the ground. You've got to keep your head on the bench, butt on the bench. You've got to watch for bench depth. That's a relatively new rule. So it's kind of an interesting lift to watch. Welcome back on Platform 2. We are going to get started in just a minute, jumping back into the action of the bench press at 2024 Powerlifting America High School Nationals. Platform 1, we are just now getting started. Isabella Tokar going to take 30 kilos for her opening attempt. Looks good to me. 3 white lights. Judges agree on Platform 1. Platform 1, Megan Voss in the 52 kilo class, taking 37.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Follows all of the commands beautifully, and that's 3 white lights. Good lift. Slight delay on Platform 2, but now we are getting started. Delilah Daigle, 37.5 kilos for her opening attempt. We are in the 63 kilo equip division. Now with these equipped lifters, kind of similar to the squats, you'll see them take a slow descent down, and that's just because they're really fighting against that restrictiveness of the bench shirt that they are wearing. They literally have to almost do a row to get that bar down to their chest to get the press command, so that is often why you will see with these equipped lifters a little bit of a slower descent. Platform 1, Daphne O'Neill took a fast descent in stark contrast with her opening attempt at 37.5 kilos. That is a good lift. Platform 2, Peyton Helgeson, 40 kilos for her opening attempt. Now, what these judges are looking for with that press command is they are waiting for the bar to be motionless. So you might see some lifters get a relatively faster command. Some lifters, they might have to hold it at their chest for a couple seconds. And that just depends on the lifter. They've got to get that bar motionless in order to get the command. And Isabella demonstrated that on Platform 1. That is a good lift for her opening attempt. Avilia Kulas, platform 2, getting started with 40 kilos on the bar. Coming out of Germantown High School. I know I'm going to be hearing that crowd support all weekend. Seems like they got a great team out here. Really slow descent. Gets that press command, pushes it back up. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 2, Aaron Lopez, coming out to 42.5 kilos for her opening attempt. We're in the 63 kilo equipped division. Platform 1, Emma Klein, in the 52 kilo class, coming out to 40 kilos for her opening attempt. Oh, unfortunately, that's a no lift on platform 2. I wasn't exactly sure why I was watching platform 1, to be honest. And that's a good lift for Emma on platform 1. Mia Chatfield, platform 2, going to be coming out to 45 kilos for her opening attempt. Yeah, you hear that great crowd support from Germantown High School there. Really slow descent down, trying to find that chest point. Oh, and it's a fight for an opener. Oh, I'm not sure if she jumped the rack command. And I think she did. I think that is why she got those yellow cards. That's kind of a tough situation. She's going to have to come back, and I would honestly just repeat that for her second attempt, especially considering it was a bit of work. I would just repeat that, try to get on the board. Platform 1, Eva Cohen, 40 kilos. Really fast descent there. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Eva. Platform 2, Cassandra Fergay. If you remember from the squats, she's in a bit of a battle between her and Jasmine Nguyen in the 57 kilo equipped class. If you're following along on Lifting Cast, they are both forecasted at the exact same total. We're going to have to see how lifting plays out throughout the bench and the deadlift. But for now, let's see Cassandra start off strong with 45 kilos. Platform 1, Ella Rosiak, 40 kilos for her opening attempt. Oh no, and that's a bit of work on platform 2 for Cassandra. That's a bit worrying. I mean, for an opening attempt, I mean, it is equipped lifting, so she could have had some sort of technical issue there with the bench shirt. But it is a bit worrying when you come out to your opener, and it's tough. It's tough. See how she handles that on her second attempt. Grace Gerdeau on platform 1, going to come out to 42.5 kilos. We are in the 63 kilo raw division. Lots of crowd support there, and I checked, and Grace is also from Germantown High School. Platform 2, Jasmine Nguyen in that 57 kilo battle, taking 45 kilos. Oh, wow, yep, and that's how an opener should move on platform 1 with Grace. Platform 2, Jasmine. Yep, and she gets it up. 45 kilos. Now, as the coaching staff, you could be interested to see that your lifter hits their opener with 45 kilos. It moves like an opener should, whereas your competitor missed their opener, and you're going to want to see how that develops leading into the second attempts. Sophia Brown, platform 2, getting set up with 47.5 kilos. Currently forecasted behind Jasmine and Cassandra in the 57 kilo battle, but currently she is projected in 3rd place. Gonna want to try to keep that podium position there. Madeline on platform 1, 47.5 kilos for her opening attempt in the 63 kilo class. Move like an opener should. Oh, and on platform 2, unfortunately that was a no lift. Again, a bit worrying when you come out to your opener and you miss it on strength like that. Would be very worrying if it was raw. A little bit less worrying if there's equipped. There's a bit more action there with the bench shirt. A bit more, missed lifts are a little bit more common just because of the nature of the bench shirt, how technically sound you have to be. So we'll see what happens in the 2nd attempt. Giselis Martinez on platform 1, 52.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Giselis forecasted well ahead in that 63 kilo class. Just needs to make her lifts. Platform 1, Avery Showalter, 55 kilos. Similar story, forecasted well ahead of the 69 kilo class. And that moves like an opener should. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. And on platform 1, you can see that Giselis has got some foot blocks that could be very useful for lifters who perhaps have shorter legs that can't exactly reach the ground. Those foot blocks could really help with getting the proper leg drive that they need. Because the bench press, it is a full body movement. It is primarily using your upper body, your chest, but you do use your legs, you use your leg drive if you're doing the bench press properly to get that extra bit of help. Now for Giselis, that was a bit of a sticky opener, but she gets it. She's on the board. No worries there. Platform 2, Brady Killian, 60 kilos for her opening attempt. Look good, 3 white lights. Ava Lawless gonna come out on platform 1 in the 69 kilo raw division, opening up with 57.5 kilos. Move well on platform 1. Yep, 3 white lights. Platform 2, Valencia Miller in the 63 kilo class, opening up with over her body weight, 65 kilos for opener. Oh, bit sticky out of the hole. She gets the weight up, waiting to see what the judges say. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift. That blue card indicates that there was up and down motion on the way up. And that puts her in a tough situation. She's going to have to repeat that, come back on her 2nd attempt and hit it to stay in the meet, especially since she is forecasted well ahead. It's going to be ever the more important for her to get that lift in order to stay on the board towards that campaign for the national championship win. Charlotte Rhodes on platform 1, 65 kilos for her opening attempt. A bit of a fight there on platform 1. A little bit more work than you expect from an opener, but she gets it up regardless. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 2, back to the top of the order, Peyton Hilgeson, 42.5 kilos. 3 white lights. Now you'll see from these lighter lifters, or when the load is lighter, typically they will take those smaller jumps, like 2.5, 5 kilos, just because that is a larger percentage of both the load they're lifting and their body weight. Those smaller jumps are more common in the bench press than in the squat and deadlift, just because with the squat and deadlift, it's a little more common to be able to really use your full body to get up the weight, whereas with bench, the brakes kind of come on quickly. Aaron Lopez needs this lift, 42.5 kilos. She's got to hold it at the chest for a long time, but I believe she's going to be able to fight it up. 2-1, it's a good lift. Platform 1, Isabella Tokar, 32.5 kilos for her second attempt. Again, just taking that minimum 2.5 kilo jump. Sometimes with these lifters, especially in the bench press, you'll see a lift fly, they add 2.5 or 5 kilos, and then it just doesn't go. Good example right there with Isabella. I mean, she just jumped the minimum 2.5, and that looked like a solid second, but not sure if she has too much left in the tank there. I would only jump again the minimum 2.5 kilos. Delilah Daigle on platform 2, 42.5 kilos for her second attempt. We are in the 63 kilo equipped division. Bit of a fight on platform 2. Can she get through that sticking point? It's gonna be tough. She's still fighting with it. I'm gonna wait to see what the judges say on that. 2-1, it's a good lift on platform 2. What a battle there from Delilah. Not sure how much left she has left on the tank. I honestly would consider just scratching your third attempt, given that you used a lot of energy there. But hey, she got it up, she got the lift. That's what matters. Platform 1, Isabella Munaz, 40 kilos for her second attempt. Isabella forecasted about 20 kilos ahead in the 76 kilo class. Really needs to make her lifts in order to fend off the other competitors. Ooh, and she continues to do so with 40 kilos. Through our lights, Mia on platform 2, back against the wall, missed this on her opener, needs this to stay in the meet. 45 kilos. Lots of crowd support. Oh, unfortunately, that bar did go up and down pretty blatantly. That's gonna be a no lift. Yep, there it is. Now her back really gonna be against the wall there. I mean, she got the lift up. She's just gonna have to clean it up a little for her third attempt. Hopefully we see her do so. Megan Voss tries to put in the fight with 42.5 kilos on platform 1, but it just doesn't go. Platform 2, Cassandra Fergay, 45 kilos. Now, Cassandra in the hunt in that 57 kilo battle for the national title, but she has to make a lift to stay in that fight. Really going to be paying attention here. But first, platform 1, Ella Rosiak, 42.5 kilos. Relatively smooth. Through our lights. Platform 2, can Cassandra fight through that sticking point? I think, I almost thought she was going to. Now the bar came up unevenly there. If she were to fight it through and not have up and down motion, that unevenness would be completely okay. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to fight through. And now, kind of the same situation as Mia, her back is really going to be against the wall there to get that on her third attempt, to stay in the battle for that national championship. That's kind of shows the importance of just having an opener that just gets you on the board. It's not about where you start, it's when you finish. Don't try to open high, get greedy, trying to aim for higher numbers. Just get on the board. Now Emma Klein, platform 1, 45 kilos. We are in the 52 kilo class. Emma currently projected first in that class by, she's got a good spread. Just needs to make her lifts. Oh, unfortunately, I had the commentator's curse. She did not make that lift, but she has her opener. She's not going to risk bombing out. Platform 2, Avilia Kulis fights up with 45 kilos. And on platform 2, we've got a lot of missed openers, and it really puts the pressure on these lifters to come back and hit it on their second and third attempt, as Sophia Brown missed her opener, gonna try to get this weight, 47.5 kilos on her second attempt. Platform 1, Grace Gerdeau, again taking 47.5 kilos. Hasn't missed a lift yet, gonna try to continue that trend here. See how she handles it. All right. I almost thought I enacted the commentator's curse, but she gets that up, moves relatively well for a second attempt. 3 white lights. Sophia Brown, can she hit this? Can she stay in the meet? She's fighting with it, and that's kind of what you see there with equipped lifting, where it goes so fast off the chest, but then they really have to fight through that sticking point in the later half of the lift. Unfortunately, that is no lift there. 2-1 gets blue cards for up and down motion. Again, another lifter who has got to come back and hit that on their third attempt to stay in the meet. Eva Cohen, platform 1, 50 kilos in the 57 kilo division. Going to end up being your national champion as long as she makes her lifts. Took a relatively big jump here, 10 kilos. Three white lights, that's a good lift for Eva. Jasmine Nguyen, platform 2. Her competitor has missed both their opener and second attempts. Jasmine looking to add 2.5 here. Yeah, that moved well. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Jasmine. Adding 2.5 kilos towards her campaign to becoming the national champion. Platform 1, Madeline, 52.5 kilos. Three white lights, that's a good lift for Madeline. Platform 2, Avery Showalter, 57.5 kilos in the 69 kilo equipped division. Oh yeah, that moved really well for Avery on platform 2. Platform 1, Giselis Martinez in the 63 kilo equipped class, 55 kilos on the bar for her second attempt. Excuse me, this is the raw division, 63 kilos. A bit of a fight on platform 1, but she sticks with it with 55 kilos. 2-1, it's a good lift for Giselis. Platform 2, Valencia Miller, again, another one of our lifters who missed their opener, coming back, trying to hit it on their second, trying to stay on the board. Let's see if she can do it. Bit of a fight in that second half of the lift for Valencia. I think it should be good. Yep, 3 white lights. She stays in the meet. Way to deal with the pressure. I mean, missing your opener can be very, very nerve-wracking, especially for these kids. They're in high school. They're in 9th and 10th grade. They're 13, 14, 15 years old. Very nerve-wracking, but Valencia showed good composure there. Ava Lawless, 62.5 kilos for her second attempt. 3 white lights. It's a good lift for Ava. Hasn't missed a lift yet. Hoping to continue that trend leading into third attempts. Oh, hits the sticking point on platform 2, and she's not going to be able to fight through it, unfortunately, for Brady Killian. 65 kilos does not go. Going to try to repeat that on her third attempt. Platform 1, Charlotte Rhodes getting set up with 67.5 kilos. Oh, and it's not going to go. Just a little too much. Maybe she perhaps made a technical issue, although I didn't see one. Maybe it's just a little too much for the day. Going to try to possibly repeat that on her third attempt. They could also opt to not come out for her third if they think that, hey, it's not there, let's not waste the energy. Mia Chatfield, platform 2, needs this lift to stay in the meet. She's got Germantown High School behind her. Really going to be fighting here with 45 kilos. Let's see her do it. Come on, Mia. Wow, and she fights through the sticking point. Look good to me. Got to see what the judges say. 3 white lights, and Mia Chatfield stays in the meet by the skin of her teeth with her third attempt bench press. Again, another lifter, way to show lots of composure there by sticking with it. Isabella Tokar, platform 1, 35 kilos in the 47 kilo class. Oh, big fight there. It's just not going to go. She did only jump the minimum 2.5 kilos, so she didn't really leave any kilos left on the table. Walks away with 32.5 kilos. Peyton Helgeson, platform 2, 45 kilos. Yeah, that moved good. I believe she's gone 3 for 3 there. Yep, she has 3 for 3. Well, the way to turn around from the squats, she actually only got her opener on the squats, but then that's what I'd like to see. You don't have the best squat day. You move on. You go to bench. You really try your best to just make all your lifts from there to build that positive momentum. Platform 1, Megan Voss, 42.5 kilos. It's just not there today. Walks away with her opener, no worries, not risking bomb out. But Cassandra Fergay on platform 2 is risking bomb out. Missed 45 kilos twice. Needs this to stay in the hunt for the 57 kilo equipped national championship in the junior varsity division. Can she stay in the meet with this 45 kilo bench attempt? Let's see it. Wow! And it moved better. It moved well. Now, I believe on her first and second, it seemed like a strength issue. 3 white lights, good lift for Cassandra. She stays in the hunt for that national championship win. Platform 1, Daphne O'Neill comes down with 42.5 kilos. Really tries to fight through that sticking point, but it's just not going to go today. Walks away with 40 kilos there for Daphne. Platform 2, Delilah Deigel, 45 kilos, took the minimum 2.5 kilo jump, trying to go 3 for 3 here. Gets a bit of a long press command there on platform 2. It's just not going to go. Now, that longer press command was because the bar was still kind of sinking into her chest. And you've got to wait till it's motionless. Isabella Munoz, platform 1, well ahead in the 76 kilo class. Just trying to add kilos to her total, but unfortunately 42.5 kilos is not going to go. She's going to walk away with just 40 kilos. Again, on platform 2, we see another one of our lifters facing bombing out. Sophia Brown missed her first attempt, missed her second attempt, needs this lift to stay in the meet. Really going to be trying to take inspiration there from her fellow competitors who also nearly bombed out but was able to rally back. Hopefully Sophia can do the same. I almost thought she was going to be able to fight through that. Unfortunately for Sophia Brown, that is a no lift, and that means that she is disqualified from posting up a total in the competition. She can still come out in deadlift if she pleases. I would do that just to finish off the meet strong. Gives your coach some valuable data that you could use. And you already flew all the way here. You already registered. Just finish off the meet. hopefully we see her do that as we lead into deadlifts. Platform 3, Aaron Lopez. Mr. Opener came back and hit it, looking to take another 5 kilos. Wow, really good fight from Aaron on platform 2. Yeah, 2 to 1, that's a good lift. Ella Rosiak, platform 1, 45 kilos. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Ella. Way to come back from the squats. I mean, her squats, she was facing bomb out, was forced to hit it on her 3rd attempt, but now in the bench, she went 3 for 3, really building that positive momentum like we keep talking about. Jasmine went on platform 2. If you remember, she is in that fight for the title between her and Cassandra Ferge. Now, Jasmine hasn't missed a lift in the bench. Going to try to add these valuable 2.5 kilos. That means she's going to have to deadlift 2.5 kilos less at the end of the day if she hits this. Unfortunately, it doesn't go. She didn't leave any kilos left on the table. She got all that she can, given that she took the minimum jump. And yeah, I mean, between Jasmine and Cassandra, based off their forecasted with their deadlift openers, only 2.5 kilos apart. So really interested to see how that plays out. Eva Cohen, platform 1, 55 kilos, just doesn't go for her. Walks away with 50 kilos, no worries. Avilia Kulas, platform 2, 50 kilos on the bar, took those even 5 kilo jumps. Platform 1, unfortunately, 55 kilos does not go for Grace. Still walks away 2 for 3. Platform 1, Madeline, getting set up with 55 kilos. Try to go 3 for 3 here in the bench. Fight off the chest, but it's just not going to go for Madeline. Still walks away with 52.5 kilos. Platform 3, Avery Showalter, 62.5 kilos for a 3rd attempt. Again, forecasted well ahead that 69 kilo division. Just needs to make her lifts to stay in the hunt. Yep, and the coach already knows that there was up and down motion there. That is going to be a no lift for Avery. Giselis Martinez, platform 1, coming out to 57.5 kilos. Again, Giselis forecasted well ahead, really looking at solidifying that national championship win in the 63 kilo class. Brady Killigan, platform 2, 65 kilos on the bar. Missed this on her 2nd attempt, trying to rally back and hit it. Oh, it's a big fight for Brady on platform 2. Another fight on platform 1 for Brady. That is a good lift. 3 white lights. Way to rally back from his 2nd. Platform 1, that's also a good lift for Giselis, going 3 for 3 in the bench press. Platform 2, Valencia Miller, coming out to 70 kilos for her third attempt. Platform 1, Ava Lawless, 65 kilos for her. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Hasn't missed a lift yet. Really a good meet so far for Ava. Platform 2, Valencia, 3 white lights. Good lift for Valencia with 70 kilos. And on platform 2, we are moving straight into flight B for the bench press. Platform 1, we've got Charlotte Rhodes. Missed her second attempt, looking to repeat this here with 67.5 kilos. I believe it looked like a strength issue, but it could have been some sort of technicality. Yeah, and it's just not going to go today. Not going to risk bombing out, walked away with her opener. And now on platform 1, we are also moving straight into flight B. And on platform 2, Brianna Deckelman getting us started in flight B with 37.5 kilos. Three white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 1, Danica Eckerd, again moving a really great opener, 35 kilos there. Platform 1, Kieran Mosley, 37.5 kilos. Three white lights, platform 2, Nevaeh Meyer moves 40 kilos very easily. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Not quite sure what the yellow card was for. Perhaps for her foot lifting or something of the sort, but she gets the lift regardless. Platform 1, Jillian Grimley, getting set up with 47.5 kilos for her opening weight. We are in the 52 kilo equip class on platform 1, and on platform 2, Elena Weaver getting set up with 52.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Really having that slow, controlled descent there on platform 1. And then it shoots up, and she gets 3 white lights. Good lift. Elena, platform 2. See what the judges say. Oh, no lift there. I unfortunately did not see what that was for. Could have been for her butt lifting off the bench, her foot lifting, or simply jumping a command. Platform 1, they're making sure all the adjustments are correct as Macy Charrier gets set up with 47.5 kilos. Platform 2, Kia Catalone getting set up with 57.5 kilos. Oh, yeah, that moved like an opener should on platform 1. Macy's actually, she is going to be your national champion in the 84 kilo class as long as she continues to make her lifts. That is a good lift on platform 2 for Kia, and now Lorelli Brody, platform 2, going to come out to the same weight at 57.5 kilos. Platform 1, Christine Moore in the 84 plus kilo division, forecasted ahead, trying to add kilos to her total with 57.5 kilos. Looks good to me. 3 white lights, and Christine is on the board in the bench press. Lorelli Brody, platform 2, 57.5 kilos as well. Slow, controlled descent. Yep, and it moved really well once she got that press command. If you've never watched equipped lifting, it could be a bit worrying, honestly, when you see these lifters look kind of shaky on the way down. But then once they get the press command, that bench shirt kicks into action and it just flies off their chest. Platform 1, Michelle Vo, 60 kilos for her opening attempt. For her squats, she ended up only getting her opener, putting her a bit behind in the battle between her and Grace Hartigan in the 52 kilo class. Going to be looking to add some valuable kilos here in the bench press. Oh, did not expect that on platform 1. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Michelle Vo. Hopefully that was some sort of just a technical issue with the bench shirt, and she can come back and hit it on her second attempt. Aaliyah Kirtley, platform 2, 60 kilos on the bar for her opener. We are in the 84 kilo equipped division. Moved well, and that is 2-1, good lift. Now Grace Hartigan, her opponent just missed her opener. Let's see how Grace handles her opener at 62.5 kilos. Oh yeah, and that's exactly what you want from an opener. That's why, folks, when you're looking at these forecasted totals, they tell part of the story, they give a sneak peek, but they're not going to tell the full story. There's a lot of lifting left to go. Some lifters, like Grace, might be opening up light, take some bigger jumps. Other lifters, they could be opening too heavy, and that could be why those forecasted look close, but then at the end of the day, the totals end up not being close. But there's still a lot of lifting go. We've still got to see how that unfolds in the battle of the 52 kilo equipped class. Platform 2, Izzy Beyer, 62.5 kilos for her opener. Currently forecasted in second in the 84 plus kilo division. Abigail right on her tail. Yep, that moved like an opener should. Nice and easy, get on the board. Don't expend yourself too much. Similar story on platform 1, and Tyler smoked 65 kilos for her opening weight. Platform 1, Danica Eckern competing as a guest, taking a 2.5 kilo jump to 37.5 kilos. Yep, that moved really well, especially for a second attempt. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 2, Emma Davis, 70 kilos on the bar for her opener. Forecasted ahead in that 84 kilo equipped division. Going to be really trying to maintain her lead here. Oh, and it's a little bit shaky on the way down. Oh. And that's why we have face savers. Wow. And I think it could have been she just got a little bit out of the groove on her way down. I mean, that is worrying because that was her opening attempt, and she needs at least one bench to stay on the board. Hopefully she can come back, hit it on her second. Carrie and Mosley, platform 1, just hit 40 kilos for her second attempt. Platform 1, Jillian Grimley, 50 kilos on the bar for her second attempt. Taking that minimum 2.5 kilo jump. Abigail Picorni, platform 2, 75 kilos on the bar for her opener. Moved well. Got that team support behind her. 3 white lights, good lift for Abigail. And 3 white lights, good lift for Jillian, platform 1. For Macy Charriere on platform 1, getting set up. They're getting those feet blocks out for her so that she could have that better leg drive, better connection with the ground. Platform 2, Amelia Daturev, 75 kilos for opening weight. Slow, controlled descent, fast off the chest. Should be a good lift on platform 2. 3 white lights. Platform 1 for Macy, that is also a good lift. 3 white lights. Platform 2, Brianna Deckelman, giving her instructions to the lift-off guy, giving instructions for exactly how she wants that lift-off. 45 kilos on the bar for her second attempt. Michelle Vogt, platform 1, needs this lift with 60 kilos. Bit of work for Brianna, but it moved like a second should. 3 white lights. Michelle Vogt, we got to see how she handles this 60 kilos. Is she going to rally back? I think she can. Oh, I jinxed her. I almost thought, I mean, she fights through to the top, but I think that's going to be an up-down. Yeah, unfortunately, that is a no lift for Michelle. 1 yellow card, 1 blue card. Blue card, I believe, was for that up-down. Yellow card likely for foot lifting up or something of the sort. Michelle really going to be fighting back on that third attempt to stay in the meet. Nevaeh Meyer, platform 2, 45 kilos. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Christine Moore, platform 1, 62.5 kilos, taking that 5 kilo jump here. Handles it relatively well. 3 white lights, good lift for Christine. Hasn't missed a lift yet. Really going to be looking at picking up that national title as long as she continues to make her lifts. Platform 2, Elena Weaver, retaking her opener at 52.5 kilos. Now, I don't exactly remember what happened on her opener. She got all yellow cards, so I believe it was just a failure. It could have been a technical mishap. See how she handles this one. Wow. And I mean, that moved like an opener should, so clearly there was just some sort of mishap there. But she breathes a sigh of relief as she stays in the meet. 3 white lights for her. On platform 1, Grace Hartigan, 67.5 kilos. Wow, they moved well. It was a bit shaky on the way down, but once she got that press command, they just flew up. 3 white lights for Grace. Really having a great meet so far. Platform 2, Aaliyah Kirtley taking the minimum 2.5 kilo jump to 62.5 kilos. Aaliyah is in the 84 kilo equipped division, currently slotted in 2nd place there. And Tyler, platform 1, she's our guest lifter, so she's not going to be competing for any medals or positioning, but she's still here to lift, put up the best total she can as she comes down with 70 kilos. And she handles it well. 3 white lights, good lift for Ann. And we've got another one of our guest lifters going to come out in just a second on platform 1 with Danica Eckern, 40 kilos for her 3rd attempt. But first on platform 2, Lorelli Brody taking a 5 kilo jump to 62.5 kilos. Another one of our Germantown high school lifters, as you can likely tell from the support of the crowd there. Wow, platform 1, Danica handled that 40 kilos well. 3 white lights, good lift for Danica. Platform 2, that is going to also be a good lift, 2 to 1. Got a yellow card. Wasn't exactly sure what it was for. Perhaps the chief referee saw the head lifting or thought that she jumped a command. But regardless, she gets that lift, 2 to 1. Platform 1, Kieran Mosley, 42.5 kilos, looking to go 3 for 3 in the bench event. Yeah, that looked like a solid 3rd attempt. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Kieran. Platform 2, Kia Catalone, 67.5 kilos. Interesting to see a 10 kilo jump there, especially in the bench press, but she handles it well, 3 white lights. Jillian Grimley, platform 1, trying to go 3 for 3, 52.5 kilos here. Yeah, that looked like a good call. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Jillian. Going 6 for 6 leading into the deadlifts. It's a really good way to build that positive momentum there. Not missing lifts, really instilling confidence in these lifters, especially since they're lifting and competing at such a young age. Izzy Bayer took a 5 kilo jump to 67.5 kilos. 3 white lights, good lift for Izzy on platform 2. Platform 1, Macy Charriere took a 5 kilo jump to 57.5 kilos. Platform 2, Emma Davis actually missed her opener, and she got yellow card, so I think it might have been just a strength failure. Opted to go up anyways. You may see that more often with these equipped lifters just because they have the support of the suit. There could have been a technical mishap. On platform 1, unfortunately, that's going to be no lift for Macy. Platform 2, let's see it from Emma. Oh, and she, unfortunately, I don't think she meant to, but she jumped the rack command. I think just because the suit kind of forced her to move backwards towards her face, and then she was forced to rack. Now, I mean, she got it up based on strength, but her back is really going to be against the wall leading into those third attempts. Speaking of which, on platform 1, Michelle Vo, her back is against the wall. She needs this third attempt at 60 kilos to stay in the meet, stay in the hunt for a podium position in the 52 equipped junior varsity division. Now, if I remember correctly, she actually got this weight up on her second attempt, but it was just a bit messy, had some up and down. Let's see her get this on her third. Unfortunately for Michelle Vo, that is going to be a bomb out for her. She's not going to be able to post a total. Oh, platform 2, that was a good fight from Abigail with 80 kilos. 3 white lights. But back to platform 1, unfortunately for Michelle, emotions are high back here at high school nationals. I mean, a lot of these lifters, it's going to be their first national level meet, and they've been preparing for months and months, really wanting to do well, and it's really heartbreaking when you see these lifters facing bomb out. But she can come back for the deadlifts, and that's what I would do, just try to end the day off on a high note. I mean, I've seen so many lifters bomb out. It's fairly common, especially when you're working with these high schools. I mean, high schooler kids. Platform 1, Christine Moore, 67.5 kilos. Oh, has to put in some work. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too much. 2.5 kilos. Probably would have gone, but no worries. That was her first missed lift of the day. She is still 5 for 6 going into deadlifts. Gonna be walking away with a national championship, honestly, as long as she makes her opening weight. Platform 2, Amelia, 82.5 kilos. Unfortunately, that's a no lift. She gets blue cards. I didn't exactly see what it was for, but likely for up and down call. I haven't seen many. A blue card can be either an up and down call or soft elbows. Haven't seen many soft elbows here. So yeah, hopefully she can come back and hit on her third. Platform 1, Grace. Wow. Really great lifting from Grace so far today. 72.5 kilos. That's a big bench in the 52 kilo division. And Grace, I mean, she really pulled ahead given that Michelle unfortunately just bombed out. Grace really going to be looking to solidify taking that national title at Powerlifting America High School Nationals in the junior varsity division. Platform 2, Brianna Deckelman, took a 2.5 kilo jump to 47.5 kilos. Oh, and she fights through that sticking point. I almost thought she lost it. See what the judges say? 3 white lights. Good lift for Brianna. Ends the day 3 for 3 in the bench. Platform 1, and Tyler took 75 kilos. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be a no lift based on, jumping the press command. Still walks away 2 for 3. No worries. She's on the board. And on platform 1, that is actually going to be it for our bench presses in this first session of Powerlifting America High School Nationals. Do not go anywhere. We are going to see in just 10 minutes the deadlift start. The action is really going to begin. This is the most exciting lift of the meet where placings are solidified, totals are solidified. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 10. And welcome back to the 2024 Powerlifting America High School Nationals. We are going to get started on platform 1 in just a minute. And this is the deadlifts. This is really where the fun begins, where you see people jockeying around for placing, for positioning, where you see people end up having the meets of their lives. I mean, ending off. This is where the totals are decided. This is where the fun begins. And we have officially started as the chief referee has called bars loaded for Isabella Tokar. Going to open up with 70 kilos. Isabella Tokar with this lift. Unfortunately, she kind of loses her balance and stumbles there. Clearly wasn't a strength issue. It was just kind of a weird misstep there. Now, I would simply just repeat that, given that if she makes a deadlift, she's going to walk away the national champion in the 47 kilo raw division. I would just play it safe, just repeat it. No need to do more than you need. Megan Voss is going to come out next to 82.5 kilos in the 52 kilo class. Look good to me. See what the judges say. 3 white lats. It's a good lift for Megan. And now with all of these lifters, if they have made at least 1 squat and at least 1 bench, then with their opening pulls, making that is going to solidify that they are in the meet. They have posted up a total. They're not going to risk bombing out. Charlotte Rhodes, platform 1, 82.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Oh yeah, that was super easy. Exactly how you want an opener to move. Just something easy. Get on the board. Don't risk bombing out. Don't take any risks. Charlotte demonstrated exactly what you want an opener to look like. Grace Gardeau going to come out to 85 kilos for her opening attempt. Really having a great meet so far. Only missed 1 bench. Going to be trying to end the day off 8 for 9 if she makes all 3 of her deadlifts. She's another one of our Germantown High School lifters. Going to have lots of support behind her in the crowd. Three white lights, good lift for Grace. Welcome back on platform 2 to the 2024 Powerlifting America High School Nationals. We're going to get started in just a minute with the deadlifts. This is really where the fun begins, where the action is settled as these lifters solidify, making a total and kind of jockey around for positioning. On platform 1, Madeline, 92.5 kilos for her opening attempt. This is over 200 pounds for her opener. She smoked it too. 3 white lights. And folks, you have to remember with this meet, all of these lifters are in high school. I mean, they're teenagers. I mean, they're out here lifting a lot of weight, especially for teenagers, and the sport is just growing. It's just getting more competitive. And specifically on this day, all of our lifters are junior varsity lifters, so they're in 9th and 10th grade, really giving it their all to the sport. Daphne O'Neill, 92.5 kilos, moves easy for her opening weight. Eva Cohen going to come out next. Now, she is going to wrap up the title pretty much with this opening attempt. As long as no mishaps happen, she is going to walk away your 57 kilo raw junior varsity national champion. Let's see Eva do it. Platform 2, we're going to get started with Peyton Helgeson, 85 kilos there. And yep, on platform 1, with the very easy opener, you just saw Eva Cohen become your raw junior varsity 57 kilo national champion at high school nationals. Platform 1, Ella Rosiak, 95 kilos for her opening attempt. Platform 2, Delilah Daigel, 85 kilos for her opening attempt. That's a good lift on platform 1 and a good lift on platform 2. Mia Chatfield, platform 2, 87.5 kilos for her opening attempt. This will put her at a 222.5 kilo total. Oh, that's a little bit sticky. So currently, after everyone has done their openers, that's going to put her in third place. And she's going to be kind of defending that against Peyton. Platform 1, that was a good lift for Emma Klein, solidifying a great total in the 52 kilo class, on the way to become the national champion as the deadlifts wrap up. Platform 1, Isabella Muniz, opening up with 102.5 kilos. Yep, that moved like an opener should. 2-1, it's a good lift. Got one blue card. Not exactly sure what that was for. A blue card in the deadlift is typically going to be because of either up and down motion or supporting the bar on your thighs. Looked clean to me, but she is on the board, gets that lift. Platform 2, Sophia Brown, 92.5 kilos, 3 white lights. Good lift for Sophia. And Sophia is actually one of our lifters who unfortunately bombed out. I'm really glad she has elected to come out and deadlift anyways, even though she's not going to post up a total. It's good to end the day on a high note and just kind of see where you're at for the day. I mean, you did train for all 3 lifts, not just bench, not just squat. So I'm glad to see her come out here. Giselis Martinez, platform 1 in the 63 kilo class, opening with 115 kilos. Oh, and that's not what you want to see from an opener, especially in the raw division where that's not likely to be some sort of technical issue. Now, she is forecasted well ahead in that class. Hopefully she can come back and get that lift. We're going to keep an eye on that because that is pivotal. That's a pivotal miss there, especially if it wasn't some sort of technical issue like a bobble at the top or like it honestly just looked like strength. So hopefully she can come back and hit that. Erin Lopez, platform 2, stands up with 92.5 kilos. That's a good lift. Ava Lawless stands up with 125 kilos. 2-1, it's a good lift for Ava. Solidifies a big 312.5 kilo total in the 69 kilo class. That's likely going to be enough to solidify that national championship win. Platform 2, Valencia Miller, 107.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Move like an opener should. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. That gave her a 295 kilo total in the equipped 63 kilo class. Currently in first place. Now, Isabella Tokar, platform 1, needs this lift. She kind of had a bit of a stumble. I'm glad they just repeated the weight. If she makes this lift, she's going to be your national champion. Yep, and that should be good. Yep, it is. 3 white lights. Isabella Tokar going to be walking away your 47 kilo national champion in the Raw junior varsity division. Brady Killian, platform 2, 112.5. Moves awesome for an opener. Really what you want an opener to be. Not going to have any questions that you could miss it. And especially because there's a lot of factors. There's the national level judging. There's the fact that you traveled. Really good to see lifters just get on the board with their opener, not risk anything crazy. Platform 1, Megan Voss in the 52 kilo division. 85 kilos for her second attempt. Look pretty solid, 3 white lights. Now Cassandra Fergay. Cassandra in the battle for the title, the 57 kilo national equipped title between her and Jasmine Wen. Now, if you remember from the bench press, Cassandra really didn't have the best day in the bench. She nearly bombed out, but was able to rally back, hit it on her third attempt. Now we have to see how the placings shake up. 3 white lights, good lift for Cassandra. That's going to give her a 275 kilo total. And with Jasmine's opening attempt that we are about to see, this is going to give her a 277.5 kilo total. So these two lifters are really neck and neck here in the 57 kilo class. Platform 1, Grace Guerrao, 95 kilos for her second attempt. And Jasmine on platform 2, that moved very, very easy for her opening attempt in the 57 kilo battle. Moved relatively well for Grace. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. And Avery Showalter on platform 2 really has kind of been in the lead on forecasted total the entire day. But right behind her right now is Brady Killian. There's a bit of a spread, but Brady could potentially catch up if Avery starts missing lifts. Let's see her hit this opener. Yeah, and that moved well. 125 kilos gives her a 320 kilo total. Platform 1, Madeline, moving 97.5 kilos on her second, making it move like an opener, honestly. Platform 1, Daphne O'Neill, taking a 5 kilo jump to 97.5 kilos. Hits that sticking point, but it's smooth all the way through. Look good to me. And judges agree. 3 white lights for Daphne. Platform 2, Peyton Helgeson, 87.5 kilos. Three white lights, good lift. On platform 1, Ella Rosiak had a bit of a fight at the top with 100 kilos, but nonetheless, it's 2-1, a good lift. Emma Klein gonna come out next on platform 1 to 107.5 kilos. But first, Mia Chatfield, platform 2, 92.5 kilos. Oh, unfortunately, that's a no lift. Looks like it just wasn't budging the floor. Now, platform 1, Emma Klein. Wow, that looked great for a second attempt. And Emma, in the 52 kilo class, really pretty much has solidified the national championship. Of course, we've got to see Megan go. Maybe Megan makes a Hail Mary jump to try to pull for the win. But Emma pretty much has it wrapped up. Platform 2, Delilah, 92.5 kilos. 3 white lights, good lift. Isabella Munez took a 5-kilo jump to 107.5 kilos. Handled it very well there. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Gets a red card. A red card on deadlift is going to be based on lockout. So not locked out in the shoulders, knees, or hips. But that looked good for Isabella. And she does have a bit of a spread between her, Daphne, and Ella. But she's pretty much got the title wrapped up. She's just got to continue to execute her lifts. Sophia Brown, Platform 2, 100 kilos for her second attempt. Unfortunately, it just doesn't budge the ground for Sophia. No lift there. Platform 1, Eva Cohen took a big 20-kilo jump to 115 kilos, and it pays off. 3 white lights for her. Now, Giselis Martinez, well, first on Platform 2, Erin Lopez, 100 kilos. Move like a second should, slows down a little, but not too difficult. 3 white lights, good lift. Now, Giselis Martinez really would have the national championship locked up. If you remember her opening attempt, she missed it off the ground. It kind of seemed like a strength issue. Hopefully she can hit this, as this would solidify her championship win. Let's see her hit it. Oh my gosh, and unfortunately, that's gonna be another no lift for Giselis. That really shows the importance of having an opener that you know you're going to hit, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the travel, the judging, anything. Hopefully, Giselis is gonna come back and hit it on her 3rd attempt. But first, Avilia Kulis on Platform 2 just hit 102.5 kilos, 3 white lights. Ava Lawless on Platform 1 took a big 15-kilo jump to 140 kilos. Another one of our lifters who's really got a spread between her and the other competitors. A little bit hard off the ground, kind of what you expect from a sumo pull. 3 white lights, it's a good lift for Ava. Has been showing out all day. I mean, hasn't missed a lift. Already has solidified a 327.5 kilo total in the 69-kilo class. Valencia Miller, Platform 2, 115 kilos. Bit of a fight, but she fights through it. Makes her way to the top, and that is good lift. 3 white lights. Isabella Tokar, unfortunately that is a no lift for Isabella, but she does walk away your junior varsity raw division 47-kilo national champion at Powerlifting America High School Nationals. Platform 2, Cassandra Fergay took a 7.5-kilo jump to 125. In that battle there with Jasmine Nguyen. First, Megan Voss, Platform 1, ends off the day with 87.5 kilos. 3 white lights, good lift. And on Platform 2, that's also 3 white lights, good lift. Now that gives Cassandra the lead over Jasmine. Currently, Cassandra's at 282.5, Jasmine's at 277.5. But Jasmine will go in just a couple of lifters to regain that lead. Charlotte Rhodes, Platform 1, ending off the day with 95 kilos. Fortunately, that's going to be no lift for Charlotte. Ends the day with a 240-kilo total in second place in the Raw Junior Varsity 69-kilo division. Brady Killian, 125 kilos, took a relatively bigger jump, 12.5 kilos. But it pays off, 3 white lights. Daphne O'Neill, platform 1, 100 kilos to end off her day. Big milestone lift there. 3 white lights, good lift for Daphne. Ending off the day 8 for 9 with a 220 kilo total. Now Jasmine Wen in that 57 kilo equip battle. This will give her back the lead over Cassandra. Has she done it? And she has 3 white lights now. Jasmine sits at 285 kilos while Cassandra sits at 282.5. Jasmine does weigh lighter than Cassandra, so that means that Jasmine can simply tie Cassandra's total and then end off with the win. But we're going to see how that develops into third attempts. First, Grace Garau, 102.5. Moved great on her third attempt. Grace had a great day today. I mean, she only missed 1 lift in the bench press, and it was her third bench press that is going to be the most missed lift of the entire competition, just statistically. But Grace really ending off the day well, ends off with a 232.5 kilo total. Madeline getting set up on platform 1 with 102.5 kilos. Madeline, unfortunately, is not going to be able to register a total based off bombing out in the squats. But, I mean, she ends the day off well. She ends the day 3 for 3 in the deadlifts. I'm glad she came out and finished the meet, ended off on the positive note. Now, Avery Showalter, 132.5 kilos for her second attempt. Now, that gave her a 327.5 kilo total, whereas Brady Killian is at 315 kilos. So it would take a big ask for Brady to catch up. So Avery's likely going to walk away the national champion unless Brady just ends up doing a Hail Mary pull. Now, Ella Rosiak, 105 kilos, had a big fight at the top with 100. Can she repeat that with 105 kilos? Is she going to lock it out? And she does. What a way to fight through that. 2-1, it's a good lift for Ella. Ends off the day with a 212.5 kilo total. Really started off shaky in the squats, nearly bombing out, but then didn't miss a lift since then. And it takes a lot to rally back from, I mean, it really shows a lot of mental fortitude from these high school kids to face adversity like that and come back. Now, Mia Shatfield, 92.5 kilos, trying to get redemption on this from her second attempt. She locks it out. What do the judges say? 2-1, it's a good lift for Mia. Ends the day off with a 227.5 kilo total. And unless Peyton ends up changing the weight, Mia would end up in third place. And now Emma Klein on platform 1 ended off the day 3 for 3. Emma Klein is going to be your national champion. That is in the Raw Junior Varsity 52 kilo class. Emma Klein ends off the day with a 245 kilo total and your national championship win. Peyton Helgeson, platform 2, 92.5 kilos for her third attempt. Isabella Munaz, platform 1 with 112.5 kilos. Isabella also just locked up her national championship win in the Raw Junior Varsity 76 kilo class with a 242.5 kilo total at high school nationals. Way to go, Isabella. Sophia Brown is going to come up on platform 2, missed 100 kilos, going to be looking to take redemption on that. And speaking of redemption, Giselis Martinez needs this to stay in the meet, needs this to become the national champion. Unfortunately, it's just going to be too much for Giselis, and it's really a shame because she was forecasted well ahead in the 63 kilo Raw Junior Varsity class, and that just goes to show that you cannot always trust that forecasted total. There's a lot of lifting left to go. Unfortunately, people do bomb out, and in fact, in the 63 kilo class, Grace Guerrero, who had a fantastic day, is going to end up your national champion in the Raw Junior Varsity 63 kilo class. Really great lifting from Grace. I mean, you see someone forecasted well ahead. All you can control is making your own lifts, seeing how it shakes up at the end of the day, and she did just that. And on platform 1, Eva Cohen also just ended up being crowned your national champion in the Raw Junior Varsity 57 kilo class with a 262.5 kilo total. Delilah Deigel, 100 kilos on platform 2. It's just not going to go, but she does end up with a 220 kilo total in the 63 kilo equipped class. And Ava Lawless on platform 1, going to be our last lifter of flight A. Ending off the day with a 145 kilo total, is already your national championship, trying to top off her winning performance. Oh, and she fights through the weight. Can she lock it out? And she does. What a great day from Ava Lawless. See what the judges say. 3 white lights. Really, really great lifting from Ava Lawless. Ends the day 9 for 9. Your national champion in the Raw Junior Varsity 69 kilo class with a 332.5 kilo total. Great lifting there. Avilia Kulis gets lots of support from the crowd. Unfortunately, 110 is not going to go. But that is the only lift she missed of the day. She still ends off with a 260 kilo total in the 63 kilo equipped class. And on platform 1, we are moving straight into flight B as Danica Eckern, 77.5 kilos for her opening attempt. Now on platform 2, I believe there's a bit of confusion with the lifter who is going. There it is. Erin Lopez. Avilia had just gone. Now Erin Lopez is going to be taking 110 kilos. And this is actually going to pull her into second place over Avilia. Avilia currently sits at a 260 kilo total. This is going to give Erin a 267.5 kilo total. Oh, can she lock it out for second place? I believe she's done it. 3 white lights. Good lift. Erin Lopez going 8 for 9 on the day, ending off in second place in the 63 kilo equipped junior varsity division. Platform 1, Julia Grimley, going to start off her deadlifts with 100 kilos. Valencia Miller, platform 2. Unfortunately, that's no lift for Valencia, but fortunately, she is already going to be crowned your 63 kilo equipped junior varsity national champion. Macy Charrier, platform 1, starting off with 102.5 kilos. Platform 2, Brady Killian, getting fired up for her last lift with 130 kilos. Trying to end the day with a 320 kilo total. Wow, and she's still fighting that. Unfortunately, it's going to be no lift, but she showed a lot of heart. She ends off in second place in the 69 kilo equipped division. Michelle Vo, platform 1. Unfortunately, she did end up bombing out on bench, so she's not going to register a total, but she is still going to come out in deadlift, and I'm excited to see what she ends off with. Now, Jasmine Nguyen, here it is. We are ending off the 57 kilo equipped battle on platform 2. Jasmine Nguyen currently in the lead, with 285 kilos. This is going to give her a 290 kilo total, whereas Cassandra currently sits at 282.5, and Cassandra is going to have the last say. Oh no, and it's a battle. Is that going to count? Did Jasmine add 5 kilos? Unfortunately, that's a no lift for Jasmine Wen. And now Cassandra Fergay going to come out to attempt to pull into the lead. Now, Cassandra only actually needs 130 kilos to be able to pull for the win, but they had elected to put in a higher number to be able to pull after Jasmine. And I had expected to see an attempt change there, considering that this is more than what Cassandra needs. I expected to see down to either 132.5 or 135, but let's see how this moves. For Cassandra Fergay, this is a pull for the win in the equipped junior varsity 57 kilo class. Who's going to walk away the championship? Is it going to be Cassandra? Can she fight through the sticking point? And unfortunately, she doesn't. And Jasmine Wen is going to end up your national champion in the equipped junior varsity 57 kilo division. Really a tight battle between the two. I mean, Jasmine ended up with 285 kilos, and Cassandra ended off with 282.5 kilos. And that she could have fought through that, Cassandra. That wasn't no Hail Mary pull there. Really interesting stuff here already at session 1 of Powerlifting America High School Nationals. Avery Showalter taking a 5 kilo jump to 137.5. She's already your national champion, just trying to top it off here. Unfortunately, she does not add those extra 5 kilos, but I can't be mad at that. She still walks away with a 327.5 kilo total, your national champion in the equipped junior varsity kilo 69 class. And on platform 1, we are already back to the top of the order on second attempts. And unfortunately, I missed a huge opener there with Ann Tyler, 180 kilos. Excited to see where she goes for her second attempt, because that is a big, big deadlift. Platform 1, Danica Eckern taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 85 kilos. Makes it move well. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for Danica. On platform 2, Elena Weaver, 82.5 kilos for her opening attempt. 3 white lights, that's a good lift for her. Platform 1, Kieran Mosley, makes 87.5 kilos move for her second attempt. Platform 2, Nevaeh Meyer, 82.5 kilos, moves like an opener should. Jillian Grimley on platform 1, going to come out to 105 kilos for her second attempt. We were in the 52 kilo equipped division. We're pretty solid, like a pretty solid second attempt for Jillian. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Lorelei Brody on platform 2 makes her opener fly at 95 kilos. Platform 1, Michelle Vo, 107.5 kilos. Platform 2, Aliyah Kirtley, 100 kilos for opening attempt. For Michelle, that is 3 white lights, a good lift. Again, she did unfortunately bomb out in bench, not going to be able to post a total, but still coming out to deadlift. Going to try to end the day 3 for 3 in the deadlifts.
237 pounds. Guys on the platform 2, Julina Deadlift.
Platform 1, Macy Charriere taking a 5 kilo jump to 107.5. Bit of work at the top, but she fights through it. Oh, and on platform 2, unfortunately, that was a no lift for Brianna Deckelman. She got a blue card and a yellow card. I'm not exactly sure what it was for. Hopefully she can come back and hit it. On platform 1, that was a good lift. Platform 1, Grace Hartigan, jumping up to 112.5 kilos. She's pretty much solidified her national championship win. Looking to add more kilos, build the highest total she can. Can she add these extra 7.5? And I think she does it. Through right lights, good lift for Grace. Emma Davis, platform 2, really avoided disaster in the bench press. Solidifies her total with a 107.5 kilo opening attempt. On platform 1, Christine Moore, 132.5 kilos. With her opener, she pretty much already solidified that national championship, trying to add more kilos here. 132.5, moves easily for her. That is just about 10 pounds under 300 pounds. Really excited to see where she goes for her third attempt. Kia Catalone on platform 2, 117.5 kilos. Pretty much gonna lock up the national championship with this opener. Just get on the board, just make it fly. We've seen some mishaps where people open up too heavy and it results in disaster. Kia's not gonna do that here. Yeah, that moved good. Through white lights, good lift for Kia. Solidifies the 320 kilo total. Now, Ann Taylor on platform 1. She's a guest lifter, not gonna be competing for placing, but this is a big deadlift. Really huge deadlift here, 190 kilos. For a high schooler. And it moved well. It wasn't even that hard. That was fantastic from Ann Tyler, excuse me. And she's 16 years old, lifting that much weight. Really excited to see where she goes on her third attempt. On platform 2, Izzy Bayer opening up with 132.5 kilos now. This is going to give her a 352.5 kilo total. And if everyone else makes their openers, she'll be in second place. She moved that fast. She could take some big jumps too. Through white lights, good lift. Platform 1, Danica Eckern looking to go 9 for 9 with this lift. Competing as a guest lifter, but still out here competing, trying to put up the best total possible. Oh yeah, that moved well. 3 white lights, that is a good lift, and Danica Eckern ends the day 9 for 9 with a 210 kilo total. Now, Abigail on platform 2, 137.5 kilos. This is going to put her at a 342.5 kilo total, whereas if you remember just a minute ago, Izzy is at 352.5. So they're kind of tight there. If Izzy starts to slip up, then Abigail could trade her current bronze medal for Izzy's silver. Kieran Mosley on platform 1. Sticky at the top, but she fights through 102.5 kilos. Wow, and she took a big jump to that too. 3 white lights for Kieran. Platform 2, Amelia Dauturev opening up with 142.5 kilos. Give her a big 390 kilo total in the 84 plus kilo class. 3 white lights, good lift. On platform 1, Michelle Vo, not going to be able to register a total, but lifting 110 kilos. Unfortunately, she just knows it's a little too much. But I'm glad she came out to deadlift. She went 2 for 3. Missed her last deadlift, but they did only jump the 2.5 kilos. And whenever a meet doesn't go your way, I mean, life goes on. It's a big learning experience, especially for these lifters who are so young. I mean, junior varsity in high school. And it's really good experience just to be on the national stage, period. That way you get that experience for future meets. Now, Jillian Grimley, 110 kilos for her final attempt on platform 1. She is going to be your silver medalist in the 52 kilo class on the equipped side. And yeah, that moved well. 3 white lights. Fantastic day from Jillian. 9 for 9, 270 kilo total. Second place. Elena Weaver, platform 2, 90 kilos there. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 1, Macy Charriere, 110 kilos for her final attempt. Sticky at the top, fights through it, locks it out. Wait to see what the judges say. I don't think it's going to be a good lift. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to get blue cards for supporting on the thighs at the top. So it got kind of hard, and then you kind of see her use her thighs to get the lift up. So that's why she got no lift there. Nevaeh Meyer, platform 2, 95 kilos. Kind of that textbook sumo where it's hard at the bottom and then it just kind of flies up towards lockout. Grace Hartigan, 115 kilos on platform 1. Really having a great day of lifting so far. Can she cap it off with an extra 2.5 kilos? It's no lift, but she's all smiles. She is already going to be your national champion in the equipped junior varsity 52 kilo class. Way to go, Grace. Really great lifting on the day. Platform 2, that was a good lift for Brianna Deckelman. Kind of avoid disaster considering she missed her opener, went up 2.5 kilos, was able to get that on her second attempt. Now, Lorelei Brody, 105 kilos for her second attempt. That's a good lift, 3 white lights. And on platform 1, Christine Moore, trying to cap off her performance with a 145 kilo deadlift. Now Christine fights through it at the top. 3 white lights, and Christine Moore, great lifting on the day, 8 for 9, walking away your raw junior varsity 84 plus kilo high school national champion. Alaya Kirtley on platform 2, taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 107.5 kilos. Three white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 1, Ann Tyler, capping off a phenomenal deadlift day, 197.5 for the high schooler. Wow, 3 white lights, really great lifting on platform 1. Ann Tyler ends off with a 430 kilo total as someone in high school. And that is going to be it on platform 1 for session 1 at Powerlifting America 2024 High School Nationals. Don't go anywhere. Session 2 is going to start in just a bit, and there is going to be even more action there as we end off the junior varsity day with our male lifters. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then.